Now, there's a part in the book where you describe it, you became very superstitious. You would have rituals that you would do during your presidential campaign, particularly you said, around the debates. What kind of superstitious rituals are we talking about? What kind of things did you do?
Well, first of all, a little bit of context here. I am not a superstitious person, right? I mean, I don't usually carry around a rabbit's foot or, wear the same old socks over and over again because I think they're my lucky socks or something. But what is true is that during the campaign, people started handing me these good luck charms.
Right.
And I write about this. And the first one was this, I think we were in Iowa, and I was out campaigning in sort of rural area, and this guy comes up in a biker outfit. You know, he looks like a Hell's Angel, right? He's got mutton chops and bald head and tattoos and leather with spikes in them and stuff. And I'm thinking, this is not, necessarily my typical demographic. And Secret Service is looking a little nervous. And he says, Senator Obama, I got something to give you. And it turns out it was his lucky metal poker chip. He said he had always taken it to Vegas. He always won. He wanted me to have it.
Wow.
So I said, thanks. And then afterwards, I started getting all kinds of these little trinkets, crosses and, crystals and, acorns and people just handing me stuff. And I got this collection. I started keeping them in my pocket as a kind of a good luck charm. And part of it was also because it reminded me of all the people I was meeting, right? They kind of, the charms channeled my memories of the amazing different kinds of folks who were out in the country and who I'd met, and I'd learned their stories. So I started carrying those into debates. But I also had a certain ritual before debates. Like I had my little comfort food with steak and potatoes. I always had, a blue or red tie. And I had to listen to certain music. Like initially it was sort of jazz, Frank Sinatra's Luck Be a Lady. If I was feeling like I wasn't that well prepared, I needed some luck. John Coltrane. And then towards the end, it was actually hip hop. Jay-Z, Eminem. So you'd see me in the back of the van kind of, as we're driving up to the debate, and I got my little earbuds in. Yeah,
what,
just like you're doing right now.
Yeah. So you when you were going into the debates, you had a pocket full of acorns, charms, casino chips, AirPods in, and all you were doing was you gotta lose yourself in the music the moment you want it to go.
That's what we love. And this is why Secret Service is called Secret Service, because they didn't talk about it. I'm sure the guys in the front are all like, do we really want this guy as president?
Yeah.
He's got all this stuff in his pockets. And
but all of those things, superstitions and rituals and those things, which are mostly about eliminating doubt. That's what they're about. It's like, well, if I do this, I can eliminate that doubt. And then when I get out there, and to me,
that's exactly right.
You've always come across, every time you speak, like now on the show, this past, 5 years, the 8 years as president of the United States, you've always come across as so considered, so together. In fact, somebody without doubt. Like,
no, and hopefully one of the things, remember we talked about, I wrote this book for young people. One of the things I try to do in the book is show, that you're never a finished product, right? As I was going through this thing, I was making all kinds of mistakes and filled with doubt and anxieties. And am I doing the right thing? And am I doing a good job? And, and I had some real clunkers as a debater, partly because I talk too slow, as Michelle points out. So the panel would ask me a question. I'd be like, well, let me describe for you what I think. Time before and I wouldn't even got an answer out. And so, I think that you don't lose doubt one of the things I try to describe to young people when I talk to them about leadership is the issue is, can you overcome doubts?
Yeah.
Right? Can you admit that you're not perfect, you're going to make mistakes, but that if you do your best, if you've done your homework, if you're working hard, if your intentions are clear and good, if you're willing to learn from your mistakes, that you keep on getting better. And that is really, you know, what I tried to do throughout my presidency. And I have no doubt that not only was I a better candidate by the time I had finished than I was when I first started off. I mean, I tell all kinds of stories about just being, you know, not very good when I first started. But I also was a better president at the end than I was at the beginning. And I'm sure you felt the same way hosting this show, right?
No, I've got gradually worse.
We should pull up.
No, honestly, go back and watch it. We started here, we went here, and then there with McCartney, and then it's just been a very slow fade away.
Yeah.
This has notched us up a second, but we'll be back by Wednesday, you know, getting slaps on the wrists.
You're still living off that McCartney show. It was a great show. Yeah. I think people are still tuning in, hoping that you can once again match them.
I know. It's funny, when you mentioned a life of service working at a non-profit, I feel like that's the way the network view our show. Stick around more with President Barack Obama when we come back, everybody.